my little brother right here, Skinny, he was able to do it. He wasn't happy about it though. So brake pedal, that should be the bolts. I can see 1, 2. All right, well that's what's got to come off. Let's do it. Ah. All right, YouTube. So here's the deal. I got a 95 Toyota 4Runner. It's the 2nd generation. And I noticed about a month ago, the brakes started going a little weird on me. It got harder and harder to press the pedal and to stop the vehicle. So figured out, thanks to YouTube and the Haynes manual, that this is probably the issue. I've run a few tests, the brake pedal with the ignition, without starting the ignition, the brake pedal goes to the floor. Anyways, obviously, brake booster is the issue. So, what I'm going to try to do is, well, when I took it to the shop for an oil change, they said it'd be about $550 for the new brake booster, and to have them install it, plus new brake fluid, which frankly, as you can tell, mine is a little on the darker side. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. That'll be another video. I'm not gonna replace the fluid today. So the idea is, if I can take this intake off right here, I should be able to pull out this master cylinder enough to not have to release the brake fluid, so I can pull out the master cylinder and then take out the booster, which of course we also have to do from inside the truck, down behind the pedal, so that'll be fun. So this is what it looks like before, and I have quite a few tools. I'll pull them out. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to be using yet, but I'll be sure to let you know. Well, I got the master cylinder off, but the problem is that you guys might find out with these 95s is these brake lines are in there pretty good. And especially this guy right here, you might have to take that off, and we'll see if I have enough room, but I might very well just have to disconnect the lines right here, and which of course means I'd have to flush out the system, and I hope I don't have to do that. So we were able to get the brake booster out without having to remove the master cylinder right here, and that'll really get your butthole perked up, because you don't want to bust those brake lines. And they look like they might be just a little bit bent, but I bet you when we get the new booster in there, it'll be good. So what we did is we loosened up part of this intake right here, kind of pushed it down, right here and right here, kind of pushed it down to give us enough wiggle room with this master cylinder to kind of pull it back, and then we just kind of tweaked it out. And so this is the old brake booster. I guess it's a 95, so it's put in some years of service. But I tell you one thing, boy, getting those bolts out from underneath the steering wheel there down by the pedal, that's no fun. Thank goodness my little brother right here, Skinny, he was able to do it. He wasn't happy about it though. So yeah, it's all straightforward. This is the shot. You can actually see inside the cab right there, and there's one of the many tools that we tried to use. So that's it. Now we're going to go get the new booster and just reverse the process in theory. Okay, so we made some progress. We were able to take off the brake booster and replace it with the newer one. It's not a new one. It was remanufactured, refurbished. So as you can see, we were able to take out the booster without having to take apart the master cylinder here or removing any of the brake lines. We were just really careful when moving this, and like I said, we had to screw off some nuts and bolts and try to make some adjustments and make it work. This is actually a pretty easy process. The difficult thing, I'm going to show you guys. Like this guy right here.
It's done.
Okay, is it done?
It's done.
We have been working on this for a hot minute.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if you can see it. It is,
Okay.
there's a couple of them. So there's 4 nuts that need to be unscrewed, cottering pin, a bolt up here. But once you get that, and once it's back in, this is probably how you're gonna look. A little frustrated, a little tired.
Frustrated, a little tired.
But the important thing is, before we got this back in, we had to actually measure. And if you have the Haynes manual, you're smart. If you don't, I can't help you. But of course, you want to have the measurements so that this push rod right here fits in perfectly in this master cylinder piston. And there's a couple of videos out there. I think his name is Andy Mike, who had a really good video. I think he's from New Zealand. Appreciate his help. I watched that video like 5 times. But you want to get the exact measurements correct. So we went out and got a digital, help me. Caliper, goodness. Digital caliper. And I think we got the specifications within the 0.5 millimeter or so. But we're going to get all this hooked up and see if our specifications are right, or if we need to take this off again.
Nope. One time only.
If we need to take this off again and make those adjustments. So like the old saying goes, measure once, measure twice, cut once. So in this case, measure like 10 times, install once. So we got our fingers crossed. I know you're looking at the brake fluid, it's pretty dirty and bad. We got to take care of that. That's for another day. So anyways, we're going to connect the pieces and see what we got. Okay, it's unbelievable, but we did it. This guy right here, not very happy, but we got everything back in without any problem. Just double checking everything, making sure that all the hoses that we disconnected are back in. We got the vacuum hose back in. It was amazing that we didn't crack anything, but if we did, I guess we'll find out soon.
Very soon.
Everything else looks pretty good. I'm gonna tell you, this was not fun. There was nothing fun about this. So if you're discouraged at all about this project, this is why you should be. But really, outside of that, it was pretty simple. It's nice to have another person to help you out. And so that's it. I'm gonna give it a test run, and we'll see if that solved the problem and our brakes return. Wish me luck.
How's it
That's
running?
how you do it, America. That's how you do it.